With our morning chores completed, Melissa and I thought that we'd come out here and take advantage of the unseasonably nice and warm temperatures, relatively warm temperatures that we are currently experiencing here, despite the fact that it is January in North Idaho.
So we have a little side projects that we need to get done before we start focusing on the house, the garden being one of them.
Yeah, the house is going to take up a lot of our time, energy, and focus. So before we go ahead and tackle all of that, we want to make sure that we get things dialed in, like our garden space. We started with our garden fencing months and months ago, and it kind of fell to the wayside. So now we need to get things wrapped up.
Yep, time to finish that project, and then we can move on to starting to get some beds in, some berry bushes, some fruit trees, all kinds of stuff to actually make sure this is a functioning garden that can feed us this year.
Woo, so excited. We realize that there are probably a number of you out there who have been watching our channel that aren't aware of the fact that Melissa and I are actually very avid and passionate gardeners. We've spent a number of years back in Washington State dialing in our garden space that we had there. We had a number of fruit trees. We grew all of our own veggies and provided for ourselves through a majority of the spring, summer, and early fall.
It was really nice out there because we could grow all winter long, so we're hoping to figure out a way to do that here as well. But also in Washington, we ran a CSA where we fed about 20 families. They would come every week and get a giant laundry basket full of whatever was in season. So it was really fun to be able to share with our community as well, and hopefully we can do something similar here.
Yeah, again, it really is one of our life's passions. So to go without a garden in 2020 was really tough on us. We're hoping to get this place squared away as soon as possible. First step in that process, though, is going to be to get all of our deer fencing squared away.
Just a quick little note, if you are interested in seeing some of our gardening from back in Washington, you can go check out the Back to Eden playlist on our channel, and it's got a lot of our old gardening videos in it from when we first started YouTubing. And also I've got quite a few articles in Mother Earth News and Backwoods Home Magazine that just kind of lays out some of our methods if you're interested.
Let's give you guys a quick little status update on our garden space as it currently sits. It is a muddy, disgusting mess out here currently. Give us a couple of months, I promise you this place will be dialed in. So what we have been doing is taking some of our older hay that was rotting and got a little moldy. We laid that on the surface on this half of the garden. This is actually going to be our orchard space. You can see we also took things like some of our slash piles and just some of the cleanup that we've been doing around here. I've been getting piles set up so that we can burn it off. We're actually going to burn this today so that we can stay warm while working on our fence. Additionally, we've just been taking other organic material that we have, stuff like the wood ash from our wood stove. We've been getting that dumped out here. Once things warm up and dry up a little bit here later in the spring, we'll probably get this surface soil turned once again so we can plant our trees, and then we will continue to add compost and other organic matter into this half of the garden just to get things really nice, healthy, and beneficial for our trees.
On this half of the garden, we are going to be doing all of our raised beds. We like to grow in raised beds, especially out here because the soil is mostly clay, and we need to put some really nice organic matter in those beds and be able to maintain that. So this will be raised beds, and then over in this corner, we're going to be doing our berry patch where we're doing our blueberries and strawberries, raspberries, things like that. And we're also hoping to put up some kind of a small greenhouse or hoop house structure so that we can continue some of our greens during the winter as well. We got the first row of panels all cut, and now we're going to tack them into place. We have today and tomorrow to finish up this fencing because the day after we have a really important meeting regarding our home build. So we're going to be making some really big decisions, and we're going to be taking you guys along.
When we first got out here and started to work, the ground was frozen. Now it's started to warm up a little bit to where it's just above freezing and the mud is melted and it's just getting caked onto our boots. It's making the work conditions out here just a tad bit challenging. So a very common question that's been asked of us regarding this deer fencing is, why are we doing a panel style of fence?
We actually use the same style fencing on our homestead in Washington to keep the deer out of our garden there. We never once had a deer push through or jump over.
You can see that long stretches of our fence line actually are set within or over a sloped terrain, which means that it made more sense for us to actually tear these panels downward gradually rather than trying to make it work by just stretching out a long section. Ultimately, we really just like the way that the panel style of fencing looks when compared to just having a long straight stretch of that wired mesh.
Right. We like things to be functional and aesthetically pleasing.
And we want it to be pretty. It's like mama.
Oh, thanks, Daddy. Oh my gosh, it's so heavy. I have a tree on my foot.
Notice how I stretch it taut. Melissa?
Just look sexy and keep hammering.
Oh.
I almost forgot my snack belt choice of the day. I'm not actually wearing my snack belt because I have my big heated jacket on and it doesn't fit around that. So I just put these in my pocket. And because you are what you eat, I have selected Dum Dums. This one's cotton candy. It's one of my favorite flavors. Whenever I buy these for my kids, I steal all the cotton candy, bubblegum, and root beer flavors. They are the best ones. We got that first stretch nailed on, and I am going inside to make Jeremy a quick peanut butter and jelly sandwich so he can keep working. We are very quickly running out of daylight. By 3:30, it's basically getting dark here in January in North Idaho, so it gives us very short work days. So our plan to continue to work even after it gets dark is to label every single empty slot that we have right now, 1 through 15 or whatever it is, and then write down the measurement for each one, and then move our production into the pole barn, cut each panel in there and label it for what slot that it goes in, and then tomorrow we can just tack them all up.
50. 60. 54. 86. 91. 94. 96. 92. 87.
Drive the same roads every day. We both get there our own way. Thistle and an apple tree. How different two souls can be. But we both grow from the same sorrow. If we both know we'll be together tomorrow, I can be like a tree in the wind. Same old roots, but I can bend, turning to understand and sway together. Now it's almost like a dance, the rendering of stubbornness, and it just cuts us deeper through the longer I'm away from you. Yeah, we
Time to move this party inside.
we make love better if we both know we'll be together forever. I can be like the tree in the wind, same old roots, but I can bend, learning to understand and sway.
Jeremy brought me an ice sculpture. Isn't it nice?
Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Nothing worth having comes easy, baby. Yeah, we fight good. We together till the end.
Last one. That's a wrap.
Done.
Nice job, Daddy. Let's eat some dinner.
Thank you. Right, it is day 2. Because we got all of our panels cut last night, we already have them stacked up against our fence. We just need to go ahead and get everything secured.
Yeah, today it is raining and it is a muddy mess, so we're gonna try to get this done quickly.
Let's keep hammering.
One more stretch to go. What happened, Jeremy?
Chevy chase myself. I'm stuck, mama.
Working out here in this garden space is kind of neat because we don't come over here a lot, and this area right here behind us, behind the garden space, was where we actually spent almost 2 full summers before we moved out here. When we first bought the property, this was our campsite. So before we ever had water or anything, it was just a big field. There was nothing out here at all. We had our trailer. Well, the first time we came up, we were just in a tent.
Yep.
And then we bought the trailer so that we could come up and stay for 2 and 3 weeks at a time and start knocking projects out. But
yeah, it's weird. We have a fire pit that's set up back here, and that
Yeah.
was, where we used to hang out and get stuff done. It was nothing here at the time. So the first couple of years that we were spending out here, I was actually having to show up a couple days in advance with a weed whacker to clear what is now our driveway. At the time, it was
Yeah.
just kind of a point of entry. There was really nothing to it. It was just a flat area that a vehicle could barely
yeah, didn't
get
you
up and get
drive
through.
by it the first time? You couldn't even find how
it
to
was
get up
overgrown with weeds, and so I had to come out here and clear a path so that we could drive our van, because that's all we had at the time.
there. Yeah.
Up here, so a lot of fun memories in this little spot back here. We really don't come over here all that
know.
often, like Melissa said, anymore. So.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's just kind of a little reminder of how far we've come. So yeah, this was home for 2 summers. Very last panel, and we can go inside where it's warm.
Okay, there we go. We got this part of it done, and I know it still really doesn't look like much, but give us a couple months, a few months, and this place will be a thriving garden.
Yeah, it's just nice to have that done. We started it in May, and then it was just an unfinished project. So just to have it completed is a big load off. It's just another check mark off our list of things to do.
Yeah, we've had a lot going on the past few months, so this kind of fell to the wayside, unfortunately.
Yeah, we for sure have. So now we're gonna go inside, get dried off, get warmed up, and start planning for our meeting that we have tomorrow morning regarding our home build.
Let's do it. It's cold.
All right. to snow this morning, which was nice. We haven't gotten any snow, but we are very thankful that we got that garden fencing done and that we are not outside working in this weather today. So today we are going into town. We've got the whole family loaded up here in the paddy wagon, and we are going to go meet with a local log cabin company to see about ordering some trees to do some either exposed trusses in our roof system or maybe even a whole portion of the house.
Yeah, if you go back and you watch our preliminary home designs video that we posted like almost a year ago now. Yeah, we're considering getting some exposed trusses set within the roofing system itself, and then also the possibility of having our great room, that portion of the house, completed with a kind of a log home finish.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go down there, chat with these guys, see what that would look like for us, and see whether or not that is a realistic possibility.
Yes, it's going to be a pretty exciting meeting. We've got some really big decisions to make because we do want to get started on our home build relatively soon. So we will definitely keep you guys updated. But for now, we're going to go sit down, talk with them, and see if this is even a feasible option for us.
All right, guys, we made it back home after what was a very productive and informative meeting. We have a lot of stuff to think about. Let's take a seat and discuss it real quick, shall we? All right, Mom, let's review with the fine people. What did you think about the meeting and how it went?
I thought it was really interesting. I'm excited to learn a new style of construction. This is going to be totally different than what we did here in the tiny home. We're going to be working with actual trees and log siding and just different textures and different construction styles. So
yeah, I think it was really beneficial. The owner actually took us over to his place, so we got the opportunity to walk around and kind of see what it was that we were talking about as far as materials and kind of the end product, the end result of things. So it gave us a lot to think about and mull over and discuss amongst ourselves moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, we have decided that we're not going to build a log home because mostly because of the budget, and also because we really want to have our hands in this entire build and build our own home. So we do want to bring in log elements, however. So we're going to have to be ordering some trees that are going to be coming over from Oregon. So we've got to make some decisions on what exactly we're doing really soon so that we have those trees in time.
Yeah, one of the biggest considerations that we have to make is our timeline. So like Melissa said, we're ordering these trees from the Oregon coast. They're going to take a while to get here. They have to go through the drying process and the kiln here in town.
Have them all peeled and dried and then constructed into the trusses that we need them to be. So it's a whole process, but we're definitely going to be taking you guys along for the whole thing. We're really excited to see how this turns out.
Yeah, it's just a lot to process, a lot of information,
a
lot of things to think about moving forward. So this is going to be our forever home. We really have one shot to get this right, and it's going to be what we always refer to as kind of being like a legacy home for us.
Right.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
We need to make these decisions, commit to them, and then do what needs to be done moving forward to make sure that we end up with the house that we want.
Right. Yeah, it's just really important because when we're designing this house and when we're constructing this house, we're building it in mind of like our grandchildren are going to be spending Christmas there. So we're putting all the heart and soul of the house into the great room area. That's really important to me. The kitchen, the heart of the home.
Yeah, we wanted to have the right feel.
Right. So it's just, I don't know, it was a really interesting meeting. We got a lot of information from it. We've got a lot of decisions to make this week. We'll definitely keep you guys updated. But in the meantime, we are not just building a home here, we are building a homestead. So we have a lot of projects coming up in the very near future that just are in developing the garden. And we would like to get chickens back this spring.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. So we need to build them a house. And I mean, I'm still like pony barn.
We have a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff we want to do here. All right, guys, look who's joined us. All the kiddos are out here. They wanted to be on camera, so we're going to end things for this video. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching. We are all very tired and exhausted from running around town all day today. But we greatly appreciate you watching. We will catch you on future videos. Stay tuned, and we will see you then. Take care.
fine.